Chatty, where are you? Hi, Chatty. Oh, my buddy. Hi. Why are you under the gate? Why are you under the gate? Oh, you're whining? Good afternoon and happy Friday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I nearly cried today. It was the last day of babysitting, and yeah, I did check with his mom too. She does have off school on Monday, so I'm not babysitting him on Monday. So today was the last day, guys, and I nearly cried. Like, I was like, it's so sad. I remember the first day he came, and like I met him when he was a baby, but I hadn't seen him like since, and so I was like the first time that I pretty much saw him this summer was the first time like that he'd ever really met me, and so it was just so weird to like see him and like see him grow this entire summer. And now, like, yeah, summer's over, and like come Monday I don't have to get up early. Like, this is so sad, and it's also kind of scary too, because I'm like, how am I supposed to keep myself really good about like making sure I wake up early, which I don't need to be up at 7 in the morning anymore, you know, or whatever. And like, if I am up at 7 o'clock or like 7:30, even 8 o'clock, I don't have to get out of bed first thing in the morning, because if I do ever get up that early, like on my own, when I don't obviously have something that or somewhere I need to be or something I need to do, I'll normally just stay in bed for like a half hour or an hour or something like that, or they're just like watching stuff on my phone or whatever, and then I'll actually finally get up. But you know, so that's not unusual, but I haven't normally been waking up that early. So like that whole I don't have a reason that I need to be up early is also kind of frightening for me too, and you know, being, you know, on a good schedule and routine and stuff like that. So yeah, but guys, we're going to Jack's football game. I am most likely going to just record the footage on my phone, only because I really want to get a case for this camera before I bring it out anywhere. It has never left my house, and I don't have, like, if I had like a neck strap or something like that, I wouldn't mind, but I don't, and so I don't really want to. Although this camera does really well in low light, and it has a really good zoom and everything like that. I prefer to use this over my phone or my old camera, but it's too big to fit in my purse, and it's also not super secure in my purse, and you know, there's no like case to protect it, and so I don't want to, because the only places it would fit would most likely be on the outside pockets, and it can suffer more damage on the outside pockets. Plus too, it's not supposed to rain today, but if there was a game where we went to where it was raining, I would want to make sure that like I had something secure to put in as well. So I want to get, I think they actually have like not a completely waterproof case, because when I'm sitting out in the rain for a really long time, obviously even like stuff that is like semi-waterproof eventually starts to leak and stuff like that, and so I would want something that is at least a little bit, so if it does start raining, you know, it doesn't like immediately start to, you know, get wet on the casing, or you know, the bag or whatever I have it in, and so, and you know, then I can put it underneath the umbrella with me or something, because I normally bring my umbrella with, especially if it looks like it's supposed to rain, but it doesn't. I'm a little concerned that it's going to be a little chilly out. It's like in the 70s maybe or something like that today, but it's supposed to get down to like 80s when the sun goes down, so I'm also a little concerned about that. But this is Jack's first official high school football game, which he's playing on the freshman sophomore team, and they will be playing before the varsity, so we're also going to stay for the varsity game, but I'm not recording that because there's no reason to. I don't have anybody I know that's playing in it, but I will try to get some footage. Like I said, most likely it'll be on my phone, so it won't be the best quality, but I will try and get some of that on my phone of him during the football game. Well guys, we're back from the football game. which is weird to say because I haven't said that in 2 years now since the last time Matthew played football. I've recorded 4 clips for you guys, which wasn't a lot, but honestly the first whole 5 minutes the defense wasn't even in, which means Jack wasn't even in. It was not very good. I don't really even know what the final score was, but it was actually, so we're a freshman sophomore team and the majority of the kids are freshmen. It was actually going to originally be a freshman team. They were going to try and get a separate sophomore team, but they didn't have enough sophomores, so they ended up merging them with the freshmen who have been practicing as freshmen pretty much all summer up until the last few weeks. And so it's a mix of freshmen and sophomores. The team they played today was all sophomores, plus they're also probably the most difficult team that we will face all season. And they had some positives, and like Matthew said, it's probably good that this happened, like especially all of the little bugs and things like that that like some kids didn't know what they were doing, like now real game situational stuff that they got to see against a really good team compared to other teams that they're going to be seeing that aren't as good, is probably better. So yeah guys, I've got a splitting headache right now because I've been sitting on, I'm also super sore because I've been sitting on the bleachers since 5 o'clock I think, and we got out at like 10 o'clock, so it was 5 hours long. The freshman game, and then we stayed for the varsity game afterwards, which is also just really bad. But it's actually probably one of the highlights, like if I had to say, like there was like the best like plays that ended up happening in that game was probably actually one of the kids that I coached for 4 years, all 4 of his youth football years that he played. He actually had this, I think it was actually their first down that we ended up actually getting on this really beautiful pass. It was awesome. And he caught it and was like amazing. He actually like beat this kid out for the ball. It was awesome. And he is actually a sophomore playing up at varsity right now. So that was pretty cool. And like I said, there was another kid too that had their other like wide receiver had probably 2 other really good passes, but we're both on the other side of the field, so I didn't see them as well as the one on our side, which like I said was the one kid. And so that was pretty cool, and that was probably the best of the varsity game. They had a couple of decent stops, but honestly they started putting their backups in, like their starters weren't even playing. And again, this is a team that's really good. A lot of positives I think, and again like Matthew was saying, things that like this kid didn't know what to do here, or that kid didn't know what to do there, like this kid is clearly not like cut out for this position or something like that. So just like all of these kind of little things that like Matthew was kind of saying was probably better that they get addressed in this you know, first game that they knew they were not going to win versus another game later on in the season where they are, you know, hoping to win. You know, if it was a team especially too that would be like a close game, like they could win if maybe they got a little confidence and stuff like that, which is also kind of hard though, because like the first game of the season you come in and your confidence is just like completely, you know, just you're deflated because it was a really bad loss. So I don't know what the final was. They never ended up scoring. I think it was like 50 something to nothing. Like it was really not that great, but it's crazy guys. Like now that Jack's in high school, I get to record these football games, and I've been doing it for, well I think with the exception of Matthew's freshman year, because I didn't start like vlogging when Matthew first started his freshman year of football. But all 3 of the other years I did, and so I have like all that footage and like of Matthew playing and stuff like that. And now Jack playing high school football, it's like wow, like you get to see him doing that too, which is pretty crazy. But I am so sore guys. I've got a headache I think from just like being under those lights and just from sitting. I think too, I told you guys how sometimes I will get bad headaches like right behind my eyes when my neck feels really stiff, and those sitting in a bleachers for 5 hours, your neck's gonna feel pretty stiff. Your back is going to hurt. And we even brought our bleacher chairs, and they still like I was still feeling like, oh my goodness, it was bad, like just uncomfortable, you know. They're not they're not meant to sit on and be comfortable, especially for 5 hours, for freshmen and a varsity game afterwards. But I like that the freshmen, they actually did have cheerleaders too, which like normally the freshmen never did because they would play on Thursday nights. But now because of the freshman sophomore team, the junior varsity cheerleaders now cheer for the varsity, or for the junior varsity football team, which is also pretty cool. So there was a lot of other things in there that was pretty fun and pretty cool. But yeah, guys, it was a good, you know, like I said, a good, I'm almost gonna say, let's call it a preseason game, even though it does count to the record. But you know, something that you kind of just went in there going, this game is not, no matter what we're really gonna do, it's not gonna make a whole ton of difference. And so it was, like I said, a good learning game. Let's chalk it up to that. And Jack too, I don't even think I told you guys about his plays either, but he ended up actually, he was involved in one of the tackles that I caught on film, and then he was in the backfield, I think on the other 2 plays, and then one of them, there was one where he ended up getting like double teamed too. But like Matthew was saying, they almost never ran the ball up the middle, which Jack plays middle linebacker. There's hardly any times where he, you know, they ran up the ball up the middle because it was pretty much clogged between him and the other middle linebacker, and then they mostly ended up running the ball outside. So yeah, but Jack had a really good game actually. The coach, I guess the head coach even from the freshman sophomore team, was even like commending him because Jack is actually sick. We kept telling him it was allergies, because I'm pretty sure if we would have been like, yeah, you have a cold, he would have been like, nope, I can't play, I'm too sick and stuff like that. So yesterday we all just kept telling him like, oh, you just have allergies, you just have allergies, and like we gave him some stuff to make him feel better. But I'm pretty sure he has like, he's sick, like a cold and stuff like that. And he was still, during the game, he was like, coach, put me in, you need a lineman on offense, like, which is a position he doesn't even normally play, you know, or like, oh, you need me to be this person on, you know, this whatever, you know, just put me in wherever you need me, coach, and stuff like that. And like the head coach for the freshman sophomore team was even commending him and like kept mentioning him and bringing him up, like, you know, saying that how good he did and stuff like that. So, and that his attitude and stuff like that was really good to like just, you know, be that kind of team player and like wherever you need me, I'll go in kind of thing. So anyways, guys, today was a long day, kind of a sad day too, last day of babysitting, but I was up super early. I am so beat, guys. Like I said, I'm just gotta go to bed. So I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.